Number 2, multiply and divide rational numbers in decimal form. Again, we're going to estimate first and then calculate. So we're going to estimate 0.45 times negative 1.2. So the 0.45 is approximately a half, so I'm going to go with that. And then the negative 1.2, we'll say that that's close to negative 1. So in this case, when you're estimating to a half instead of up to 0 or up to 1, you'll have to think about what this means. And what this means is, what is half of negative 1? Well, when you look at it that way, you know that it's going to be a negative 0.5. That's your estimate. So now we can use paper and pencil. What's going on here? So 0.45 times 1.2. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry your 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Next line, you add a 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. Line them up, add them up. 0 and 0 is 0. 9 plus 5 is 14. Carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. Then you need to count how many numbers are past the decimals. So that's 1, 2, 3 digits past the decimal. So that's what your answer is going to include. So it's 1, 2, 3, then the decimal, and then a 0 in front. So the calculated answer is 0.540. But take a look. The original question was a positive times a negative. So you know that your answer is also going to be negative. Don't forget about your signs. And then, of course, you can always use a calculator as well. Clear it. 0.45 times 1.2, make it negative 1.2 equals, and then negative 0.54. So that's one approach. All right, next example, part B. Negative 2.3 divided by negative 0.25. Again, estimate. I'm going to say that negative 2.3 is close to negative 2. And then we're dividing by, well, we can divide by a negative 0.2. Now, because we're estimating, and we estimated this to be a negative 2, it's convenient to have one that is just a 2 on the other side too. So yeah, you could go to 0, which will give you an invalid answer. And 1 is a long ways away, so you got to go to something. Or you could keep it the same. It's your choice. Anyway, when you do that, 2 divided by negative 2, well, how many times can you have 0.2 inside 2? It goes inside it 10 times. Negative divided by a negative means that it's a positive answer. So I'll write that in there, just for this one. On your calculator, you can clear it. 2.3, make it negative. Divided by 0.25, make it negative. And you'll, again, end up with an answer. Well, no, that was estimating. Your actual answer is going to be 9.2, which is what this is way over here. Misprint. So 9.2 is close to your estimate of 10. So that's working example number 2. Next up is another show you know. Please go ahead and get started on that.